And then the 6th, I'm having Shirley Caesar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that gonna be?
It's going to be at Bethel.
At Bethel. Congresswoman, it's been 2 months. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah. What's the past?
Busy.
Yeah, past 2 months. What has it been like since the jury's decision?
Busy. And of course, spending a lot of time with my attorney, who will be in town next week. But I'm just very busy.
You've got a motion coming up.
2 motions.
2. In
One
August.
for a new trial and one for acquittal.
What are your feelings? Optimistic or
Well-
do you fear?
Well, I'm prepared to go all the way. What happened with the jury, it should not have happened. And of course, I'll let my attorney talk about it. But basically, it was a hung jury, and they threw the person out. A veteran, disabled, and then threatened the rest of them. You had the young lady on, I think. So, we'll deal with it. I've talked to a lot of attorneys around the country. And of course, it's just unfortunate that I'm continuing to have to go through this, but that's life.
Do you fear the worst?
No, I do not. I fear that what is the problem when failure is not an option. And everybody tell me that they're praying, and I really appreciate that. And the community has been very, very supportive everywhere I've gone.
The jury found you guilty on 18 of 22 counts.
But it was a deadlock until they threw off jury 13, period. They were going to send the judge a note the day before saying that we're deadlocked. And jury number 8 said, and of course, we'll just wait until tomorrow. And that night she called the judge. I don't want to go through all of that. I just want my attorneys to talk about it. But what happened should not have happened.
You've maintained your innocence. Are you 100% innocent?
Absolutely. And I find it interesting that various people make things up as they go.
What do you mean?
Just what I said. For example, when you all over and over again said it was my charity. I work with over 100 charities. I'm not on no board. I had nothing to do with anything pertaining to this charity. No more than I have to deal with any other charities. But yet, if it wasn't for the black media that put out the real story, people would not know it. In addition to that, in the courtroom, my attorney was like David and Goliath. You could not tell that listening to the news. You had to be in there. Several ministers told me that they wasn't in Jacksonville and they wondered, well, what was going on? Of course, they was reading the paper and looking at the news. But when they came in, they saw it was a total different story. So it just amazed me, and I'm not talking about you, but how the media tries to be, and I'm not going to say fake news, but how you deal with the what's going on.
And I don't take it personally.
No, I don't want you to take it personal. I like you personally.
What was stated in black media that was not stated in the mainstream?
Okay, for example, I had 60 kids to get scholarships for me. 60. I sent 23 kids to China. Free scholarships between me and the Chinese government. Each one of those parents was interviewed. I never saw that in the media. People didn't know about that. And then you say a luxury party. You're talking about 500 seniors coming to President Barack Obama's inauguration. I really, it's a problem. It's a problem with the media not telling the whole story. It's a problem when they give you a sheet of paper and you just run with it and you don't ask any questions.
Clearly.
And let me tell you something.
Yes,
I appreciate the people telling me that they're praying for me because they know, the Bible say turn your head and you shouldn't have hatred in your heart. Well, I'm waiting for them to move the hatred from my heart because the attack that goes on with black elected officials in this community and in this state is unacceptable. And particularly in this area.
We've talked in the past, and once again, you're now indicating that because of the color of your skin is why you're you've become this focal point.
Color of skin, strengthness of the voice. And the fact is, I got a backbone, and I stand up. And I really believe you stand for something or you fall for everything.
Clearly, it's been taxing emotionally as well as financially.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm involved in several activities to try to raise money.
Is it fair to say you're broke?
No, I do have my...
Well, you know what I mean, as far as your legal expenses go.
Yeah, but it's coming. People are coming through. I'm pleased with how things are turning around. Yes, very pleased.
Are you adding to your legal team?
Yes.
Who else is coming on board?
Well, it's a couple of people. And I've talked, someone from Orlando, somewhere in 2 or 3 people that are experts.
In addition to
Yes.
James?
Oh, yes. And I think he did a yeoman's job. But it was he against, the team.
The federal government, man.
Yeah. That had unlimited resources of our tax dollars.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Any word to your constituency?
Yes.
Because you still have a pretty strong following.
Oh, absolutely. I do know that. But what I've learned, though, is the criminal justice system. How I can't tell you the number of people have come to me and told me about various charges and how it just bankrupt them and they just could not afford to deal with the system. It's too much of an imbalance. It's too much of an imbalance in the system. I mean, if you look at what the prosecutors get and then you look at what the public defenders get, it's something wrong with the system. And I guess I'm going through this for a reason, because we're going to do something about it.
What do you mean?
Just what I said. We're going to do. The criminal justice system have to be changed. I feel very strongly. This is, the news. I don't want to say new slavery, but I just think it's the way you try to young people, how they just the overwhelming number have to go to prison, or they come and say, you're going to take a felon, or we're going to give you 20 years, and then you're a felon, you can't vote, you can't ever get a decent job, the only thing you can do is somebody's lawn. That's unacceptable. Wherein if you go in the courtroom, and I've done it, and you sit in the back, and you see how the people with money, people, and then you get to the poor African Americans or poor whites that don't have money and how the system deal with them. It's unacceptable.
So this event this weekend, is that this weekend?
Well, this event I'm attending, but afterwards I'm going to be involved in the after party.
And that's where you,
Yes,
it's a fundraiser.
there's a fundraiser for me. And then the following week I'm going to have Shirley Caesar at my church. And so I'm doing what I can to help raise funds. And of course, people can go online and contribute.
And that speaks to the fact that you, as you stated a second ago, that you're going to fight this till the bitter end.
Absolutely. When I got the Moffett Point Marine, the gold medal, and worked to get it, the head commander said, Corrine, you should have been a Marine. And what it means to me is, what happens when failure is not an option? It's not an option for me. I have devoted 34 years of my life to serving this community. And on my tombstone, it will not say felon. I mean that. 34 years. Thank you.